Good morning. We are here to make some ear wires. I finished up these earrings yesterday in a previous video, and they're copper, obviously. I hammered them. I showed you how I polished them and how I buff them and get them all ready, and now it's time to finish them off. They need some ear wires, don't they? So I'm going to take you through how I make them. There is multiple schools of thought on this as well and different styles, but this is my go-to that I do, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. Okay, first, the very basic thing that we need is some 20 gauge bare copper wire. I just get this off of Amazon. There might be more reputable places, but it seems to be, copper is copper, so how can you go wrong with that? 20 gauge. You're going to need, now you can use a round nose pliers, but I just stay with these stepped pliers because it keeps everything consistent and I don't have to mess with it. Another thing I don't like about round nose pliers, let me see if I have, is because they're sloped, if you will. There's always going to be the part of the loop that's more narrow than the other side. I don't know. I just don't. I'll use them for certain things, especially if I need to get even a tinier loop than this loop right here. But this is what I go through for. These are fantastic. And of course, we'll need some flush cutters to cut our wire. And we are going to do a little work hardening on the bench block once we're finished. So show you how to do all that. Okay, we're going to cut some wire. Look at this ruler. I've had this since I was in school, and now my son used it when he was in school. This is old as the hills right here. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. All right. I don't use exactly 2 inches. I just go just below it. I find that 2 inches is just a little too long for some reason. Oh. First, I just want to flush cut the end. Save my little piece because I recycle all my metals. It might be a scrap, but it's still got purpose, right? Still got value. That speaks a lot. You might feel like a scrap of metal, but you still have value, even as a little scrap. Let me flush cut this again so we have a nice clean edges. Then I just use this instead of the ruler to measure, because if I go back to the ruler, I still might not have them equal. I measure with what I just cut. I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Super easy, quick. All right, I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. I don't have the best setup. I am going to be working on getting one of those overhead things where I can get it nice and clean. Close, and then I can still see what I'm doing. Okay, so I take the smallest loop. We're going to be making that little loop that the earring will attach to. You know what? I just realized. Do I need a bigger loop because this is kind of big? We're going to try. I'm going to just try my normal way. This is how I make all my ear wires, and it seems to work, and I just keep going back to them. Okay, put your wire in between these 2 top pieces. Make sure you really can't feel the edge. We're going to be bending it around the small one. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about that. Okay. Really bend it with your finger. I find that works. Hey, I am so sorry. I'm still working on that. I'm going to fix that. All right, so we got our first piece of the puzzle. Flip your pliers around, so now we were using this one, we're going to be using this one down here. I usually pull this right in, nice and snug, in between this little gap, and then I just push it around. I don't really move the pliers, I move the wire, if that makes sense. And to get it consistent, I'll bring it just to it like it touches that loop, let go, and then I'll do the next one. So let's do it again. Flip it around. Pinch your wire, grip your wire in between there, and really kind of use your finger to mold it. And it might not be quite all the way there, So there's like a little gap. So I'll move my pliers and then just push it the rest of the way. Okay, slide it off the plier. Turn your pliers so we can access this step here. Pull your wire through so that it kind of, I can't pull it through anymore, you know, it's nuzzled in between that gap. And then just push it around till it meets the loop and then let go. And they should be just about the same size. I don't like doing 2 at a time. There's a lot of people that do 2 at a time, but I don't like doing that. If you just do the same movement, then they're going to be the same. And they're the same, okay? So let's go ahead and do a little work hardening on this. This just gives a little extra firmness to the wire so we don't have any bent earrings. Nobody wants that. Oh, if I can get it positioned. I don't have my glasses on. Give it a little hammer. Oh, I'm using the nylon side of this hammer. This is brass, so this gives like a, I don't know how to explain it. It's something with the brass hitting the steel, you don't get quite of like a slamming, flattening effect. It's somewhere in between the nylon and the brass. But this, I'm using the nylon, just gives it a little extra hardening. It doesn't need a lot. Okay, scoot that out of the way. Bring my earrings in. Let's get this tool out. If you've been watching any of my videos, you know I love this thing. Okay, and we don't want to pull the loop outwards. We want to turn it, bend it out like a door. You know, like one of those saloon doors. Just bend it out like a saloon door. See that? But this way it still looks like a loop, doesn't it? That's what you want. You want to maintain the shape of the loop without, you know, and open it at the same time. I want the, okay, so this is my front side. So I make sure that that is going the right way and it fit on there just fine. Reach back in there and we're gonna close that little saloon door. Oops. Give it a little pinch. Just make sure that it's closed. Looks pretty good. Where'd my other one? Oh, there. That's where I left it. Okay, we're just gonna open that little saloon door. Make sure we have the front side. And then just slide it on. I mean, you can't get any easier. There is 2 final steps that I will show you. Oh my goodness, the ear wants to come around and get stuck in the earring itself. That happened on the other one. So annoying when that happens. You have to use a smooth jaw or it leaves, you know, marks on it, but sometimes I wish I could use with the little ribs. Okay, one last final step. I go back to my step. The best. Put it so that I'm going to bend it up. I'm going to bend it upwards. So I'm going to have this. This is just too small, I find, to make that little loop at the end. Use the next size. Put it right at the end. This, yes, that's way too far at the end, Carrie. Just a little. That's it. Well, look, this one already kind of has one, but I don't want it from that point. Just put that in between there, flatten it out a little bit. Because I just want the bend kind of at that bottom. That's the way that I just do it. It's other styles. There's so many different styles, even of earrings. I mean, earrings, of course, ear wires. I am Fumbles this morning, Miss Fumbles. And that's adorable. Come on now. Ready? It's still spring, okay? It's still spring here in Virginia. Okay. Adorable. Adorable. Going to go out and take some pictures of these. put them on the website. So there's your ear wires. I so appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you liking and sharing and following and all that good stuff that everybody says. Everybody knows what to do, but I certainly do appreciate it. I also do have a website, carriefoscadodesign.com. Check it out. And all the social media stuff. I don't need to go through all that. But it's great having you here. And I hope you have a great day.